Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nalini. I haven't uploaded in a while. I had like the craziest week and a half. And then all this Kobe thing. I'm a huge sports fan, and then the Super Bowl. So I'm kind of like winding down. Anyway, I am here today with the new Natasha Denona, her Love Glow Cheek Palette. It came in this box. Nice pink. I'm gonna throw this out, but the box that came in, this is what it looks like. The packaging is absolutely spectacular with the, these little diamond things floating. I mean, the packaging alone sucked me in. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get this palette because it's so pink, but I did look at a couple of reviews. I haven't seen anybody with my skin tone review this palette. I'm NC50 and MAC. So I figured, why not? This is what the inside of the palette looks like. Very pretty. Now I own her other two cheek palettes, the Bloom palette and the Tan, Bronze, and Gold palette. I think these palettes are really, really pretty. So it has a total of 4 shades, of course. The only difference with this palette, instead of having 2 cream products on top, it only has 1 cream product on top. I don't really mind. That's not a big deal for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start swatching and talking about the palette, and when I'm done applying everything, I'm going to compare it a little bit to the 2 other palettes, just in case you have the 2 other palettes, you're my skin tone or maybe even darker and you're not sure if you want to grab this palette. Then maybe you'll be able to make your decision. Now this palette retails for $55, just like her other palettes in Natasha Denona. It's gonna be pricey. So we have, this is the cream glow. So this is the only cream, excuse my fingernails guys, I need a fill so bad. This is the only cream color that's in here, compared, like I said, to the other 2 palettes. This is the diamond powder. I personally love the diamond powder in the huge pans. I actually do use that. Sometimes I use it as a highlighter. And this one is the Super Glow, and this is the Glow Impact Powder. Looks very similar to the other palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start swatching them on the back of my hand, and then I'll start to apply it. So this is the Glow, and this reminds me a lot of Nars' Orgasm, and I like his subtle glow, so I do like Orgasm, but it seems a lot almost like oilier than the other 2. I just watching it, that's what it seemed like. This is what it looks like on my skin tone. It doesn't really show up that much, but like I said, for me, if you watched my channel before, I like his subtle cheek. Then I'm gonna go in with the, what is this one? This is the Super Glow powder. Oh, this is nice. Oh wow, this is super pigmented. It showed up quite a bit. And next I'm gonna swatch the diamond powder, which is this beautiful kind of like pink powder. These colors are looking very, very pastel on my complexion. I'm getting a little nervous. And then we have the, what is this one? This is the Glow Impact Powder. This one feels a lot stiffer than the ones from the other palette, but I'll compare them after I apply it. So I'm gonna put this on top. They're super pigmented, but as you can see on my skin tone, they look very, very pastel. But let's see how they look on the cheek, because like I said, I love Nars' Orgasm, and I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with Nars' Orgasm. And I do love that blush. I'm gonna start off with the cream base first. And just like the other palettes, I'm gonna use a beauty blender to apply that. I have powder around my face, just not on my cheek area. Okay, so I brought you guys in a little bit more. So I'm gonna start off with the Glow cream base. Like I said, I'm a little worried about it. And I'm using my beauty blender. It's it has powder and stuff on it because I used it to do my makeup. Okay, this is just giving me, like a sheen. That pink color that it has is not really showing up on me. It just looks more like a light champagne-y kind of color on my cheek. All right, but although it looks very light, you can barely see the pink peeking through, but I love the texture of it, of this one, and it's not lifting up any of my makeup. And it seemed to be, the consistency is a lot creamier and oilier, but not in a bad way. I kind of like, it just gave me this beautiful highlighted cheek, as you guys can see. All right, so next I'm gonna put the Super Glow powder on top of this, and the Super Glow powder is this shade right here. I hope my camera is not washing it out. And for that, I'm gonna use my blush brush, and I'm gonna put that directly over top of this on the apples of my cheek. This one seemed very pigmented. Okay. Okay, I can see the pink showing up on my cheek, and I can definitely build this. It's very subtle on me, of course, on my skin tone, but I like it. It's like right up my alley. It's what I like. I wish it was, although I don't really like a bright pink cheek, I wish it did look a little pinker on me. But I do like the glow it's giving off. It's a very pretty glow on my skin tone. All right, so I think I'm gonna set my face before I put the diamond powder and the Glow Impact powder on. So let me just set my face because I'm gonna use them as highlighters, and I'll be right back. All right, so let's go in with the diamond powder, and this is the shade right here. And I just set my face, so my cheeks, they're kind of wet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that, as subtle as this looks, I hope it's picking up the way I'm seeing it in my my vanity mirror here. It gives my cheek a very soft, almost slightly pinky glow that I like the way it looks. It looks very sophisticated. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the diamond powder, and I'm using my Anastasia highlighting brush. Now these diamond powders, they're very glittery, at least the one that I use in her, what is this palette called? I'll show you guys in a second. The diamond blush palette, and this looks very glittery. Let me see if I can tap off some more, because I think I put a little too much on the brush. All right, so let's go. So I'm gonna put it here and then bring it up. All right, it's very pretty, but it's not picking up as pink as it looks in the pan on me. Looks very light on me, and the glitter is still there. Like me personally, I don't mind glitter. Put some of it on the apple of my cheek. I don't mind glitter, so I don't mind this. All right, so just like the one from the larger palette, it gives like a wet look. Like it makes your cheek look very wet and dewy. That like, and no difference with this. See how wet my cheek looks? But with this one that I put on, I personally do like it, but it's how it looks in the pan, the pinkness of the pan. Definitely not showing up as pink on my skin tone. It looks more like a very light champagne on me. But from what I'm seeing, I try to turn my lights down as low as possible because I hope the light isn't washing it out. I'm trying to get it as true to color as possible. And I do like the way it looks. It's not as pink, which I personally don't mind because like I said, I don't really like a very pink cheek. So I'm gonna go back in with my blush brush and sort of like marry all of them together before I go in with the last shade. And some of that last shade I'm gonna put on the tip of my nose. So far this is how the colors are looking. They're very subtle. My cheek just looks very wet and very highlighted. I think it looks very pretty. It's just not showing up as pink. So if you were looking to see somebody with a darker skin tone review this palette and you wanted to see maybe if the pinks showed up, if you do like pink, I would say it's not as how the pinks look in the pan is not showing up like that on my skin tone. So the last shade I'm going to go in with is the Glow Impact Powder, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to use this. Let me clean this brush off a little bit and turn it the other way. I don't want like the diamond powder to get on it. Okay, so I'm going to put this on top of my cheekbone like a highlighter and just feeling it. It feels a lot stiffer to me than the other two in the other palettes, but let's see how this looks. Like my cheeks look so wet already, but so I'm gonna be a glazed donut. So let's see. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty and very pigmented and intense. You guys see that? I'm gonna have to, oh Lord. Woo. All right, so this one is definitely very light champagne, just like the others. I'm gonna go ahead with my blush brush again, and I'm definitely gonna marry the colors together. My cheeks look spectacularly wet right now. Like if you're trying to do like maybe like a really dewy look, like that wet makeup look, use this palette. It's very pretty. The colors are so pretty and they're super pigmented. I'm gonna put a little bit of the Glow Impact Powder. See, it's a very light champagne. Put it right here on the tip of my nose. So this is all the colors together. You can see a little bit of the pink peeking through like right here on the apples of my cheek, I think. Alright guys, so I'm back and let's talk about the other palettes and compare it to the other palettes. For me personally, right now looking at it, of all the three, I think this is my favorite one. Go figure. I don't know if it's my very first impressions because I took this right out of the box, did all the swatches on camera. And because I love the tan, bronze, and glow, I love the in bloom. But from my personal taste and how subtle I love my cheek to look, I love this slight pink that my cheek has, like a nice soft, just like a blush. And it reminds me a lot of the Orgasm blush, but of course because of the cream products and then the diamond powder, it's just a lot more, it's shinier. But I think it looks flattering on my skin tone. And the formula in this one, especially the cream product, and as usual, it has the flap covering it and there's a mirror. I don't know if I'm gonna take the plastic off that mirror. This to me, the cream base, seemed to be a little, like I said before, creamier or maybe oilier than, because both of these on top are creams. And just putting my finger in here, they're more dry. I love this palette though. This one is really pretty, but with this, with my personal taste, I have to like use a very light hand, especially with this shade right here. It does fade over time, but I go lighter and these two colors do pop. So although I love this one, I think I love the subtlety of that one a little bit more, or who knows, maybe I like them the same, but I just really like that a lot. And let me feel the Super Impact powder on this one, because that one seems stiffer to me. Yeah, this one, although it's not like really soft, it's not to me as stiff. And this one seems a little darker They both have that champagne color, but it does seem a little darker than this one. I like the stiffness of this one, I think, better than that. And as you can see, I get a lot of use out of this, but I tap around it. These are very nice palettes. Let me look at the Bronze and Glow palette. Let me feel the creams in this one and see if, wait a minute, this one as well. I forgot the Tan Bronze and Glow only has one cream shade, which is this shade. This one is similar to that one because it does have the one cream shade. I forgot. Yeah. The cream in here is not as creamy or as, I keep using the word oily, like more emollient, but not in a gross way, in a good way. And let me feel this palette. I get a lot of use out of this too. I usually use this to carve out my cheek, which I did today. Let me feel the Glow Impact powder. Not as stiff, but the shade is the same. The formulas feel, let me feel the two powders. This powder, okay, this powder feels a lot like this powder. So I think the formulas may be a little more similar to this one. I could be wrong. But let me look at the diamond powder in here because the way it sits, it's reminding me of that. So there are two diamond powders in here, but I call them the two diamond, but this is the one I usually use the most. Okay. It feels a lot similar. This one to me is not as glittery as the one in the Love Glow palette. It's not as glittery. Anyway, those are just like quick comparisons because obviously this review is not about the other palettes, but I love the formula of the cream of the cream base. The formula is really nice on the cream base, and I like how my cheeks look. I think it looks very healthy, very sophisticated, nothing too, just this nice subtlety. I think it just make my makeup look so pretty. In my opinion, the cream base also did not lift up my makeup because I powdered around my face, but who knows, maybe some powder got there, but it didn't pick up anything. I think the diamond powder, it's intense and it has a lot of glitter. So if you don't like glitter, you may not like the diamond powder as much. I love it. And I'm glad that it doesn't, as pink as it looks in the pan, I'm glad it doesn't show up as pink on my skin tone. If you're looking for that pink color, if you like pink and you're my complexion, you probably will be a little disappointed in the color of the diamond powder, but I love the way it looks. I love the wetness of it. It has the same wetness as the diamond powder in this palette, in my opinion. But overall, I think it's a great palette. It's right up there with the other two. I really like it a lot. For me, like right now, I'm feeling like I like this maybe just a touch more than those two because of the colors and the subtlety of the colors. But overall, I'm happy that I bought it, and I'm glad to add it to, and the packaging, I think it's prettier than the other two just because of all this is going on. So in my opinion, I think it's worth it, but it all depends on your taste. And because makeup is very personal, so it depends on your taste and how you like the colors to show up on your cheek. So if you're a woman of color, like around my skin tone or darker, or who knows, maybe a shade lighter, I hope after watching this video, you know, you can make up your mind if you want to buy this palette, and I hope you find it helpful. Anyway, guys, I am going to see you guys later. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I want to thank all my new subscribers. I see you. I appreciate you as always. And I'm going to see you guys again in my next video. Bye, guys.